Pat Bradley is one of golf's indisputable greats.
Pat Bradley, a worthy champion, pushed to the limit.
A World Golf Hall of Famer.
I knew that all the blood, sweat, and tears, all the defeats, you know, the highs and lows, it all was well worth it because I was able to take my sport to the highest level, and that's Hall of Fame.
Winner of 31 LPGA Tour titles.
These are my major championships.
Six major championships.
Six major
That's
championships.
major.
Yes, it is major.
And to date, one of only 7 women to achieve the coveted career Grand Slam.
I won 6 majors. The career Grand Slam I was able to achieve, which is very important in the world of golf.
And it was all born right here in Massachusetts.
This medal is my Massachusetts Women's Golf Amateur Championship.
From Westford, Bradley grew up with the game in her blood.
My dad was an avid golfer, but not a great golfer. He learned the game of golf from being a caddy at Winchester Country Club, just outside of Boston.
Her father's passion quietly set the course for her own love of golf.
So he made a promise to himself. Once he had children, he was going to introduce them to the greatest game, golf. Ladies and gentlemen's game, a game of honesty and etiquette, a game of a lifetime.
And she never slowed down.
But it was just perseverance and the desire of wanting to be successful in the game of golf. I had worked hard ever since I was 11 years old to play this game. Some days were better than others, but I always had next week to look forward to it.
We met up with Bradley on a sunny Cape Cod afternoon back at Bayberry Links in Yarmouth.
All right.
She stepped onto the course with the same confidence that carried her through decades on the LPGA Tour. Her first shot onto the green and only feet from perfection.
Oh, I'll take it.
Rolling in a birdie putt.
A 2.
A reminder that her touch and her competitive fire are still very much alive.
2 for a 2.
Hole 8 proves particularly tricky along par 5.
We do have a par 5, our 8th hole out here, which is a 585-yard par 5. And it's windy, so that's a really tough, it's one of the hardest holes, I think, in the Cape.
Although clearly nothing Bradley can't handle with ease.
I hit that one pretty good. We'll have to check on the kick.
But today, her impact on the game of golf reaches beyond the scoreboard.
I was the first player in LPGA history to reach the $2 million mark in career earnings.
At Mass Golf headquarters in Norton, the newly dedicated Pat Bradley Room now serves as a permanent celebration of her career.
To know that my memorabilia, my trophies are all together, they're safe and sound, and that they'll be on display from now until eternity. I'm just very blessed to know all the blood, sweat, and tears are all worth it because I look at this room and I'm so proud of it.
Inside the room are gleaming trophies from her championship years.
In 70s, 60s, 70s, nobody knew what I was doing because golf was not in people's minds. It was the Bruins, the Red Sox, the Celtics, the Patriots. So to have this available for people to see, you know, what I did, it's just very special. And they can say, gee whiz, you know, Pat Bradley did do something in the world of sports.
A lot. Meaningful framed photographs.
These are my 5 brothers. That was the night of my Hall of Fame party at the Ritz-Carlton in Boston.
Even a Cabbage Patch doll.
Patty Putter's been with me the whole time.
She's good luck.
She's very good luck.
And a cowbell?
My very first tournament that I won was in Melbourne, Australia. This bell was on the fireplace. She grabbed it, went out, and started ringing this bell. Since that, Mother rang that bell every time I won a tournament.
That tradition carried on to the next generation. Bradley's nephew, Keegan Bradley, plays on the PGA Tour and is an 8-time tour winner.
Now I ring a Cape Cod ship's bell when Keegan wins. So we're trying to
great.
I keep it going.
When you first saw him play as a little one, did you see it in him immediately?
Absolutely. I inspired Keegan to be inside the ropes like his aunt rather than outside the ropes, you know, teaching the game, which is a great profession. He wanted to be inside the ropes.
You're very proud of him.
I am so proud of him, and you know, in a couple weeks, there'll be a tremendous moment for him being announced as Ryder Cup captain on the first tee. It'll be, my heart will be pounding. I'll have tears in my eyes, but I'll be so proud of him. He's done a great job.
And you just heard Pat mention that her nephew Keegan participated in last year's Ryder's Cup.
Right, he elected to be a non-playing captain. Unfortunately, the U.S. did lose to Europe in the Ryder Cup this past year. You heard Pat talk about her growing up here. She was a big skier, an avid skier as well, and kind of was debating between the two things. Ended up deciding to stick with golf.
Yeah, it worked out.
Therefore, it did work out. She went to college in Florida. There's not a lot of skiing in Florida, so she made the right choice, obviously.
All right.